Hi guys, Luton here, welcome back for some more Battlefield 4 DLC Dragon's Teeth, and here we are on Lumpi Garden. Lumpi Garden it's my kind of middle of the road map of this DLC. It's kind of, I don't hate it, I don't love it. It does have an awesome Levolution, which is amazing. It's actually kind of very much like my dam concept from you remember the concept that we did way back in Battlefield 3. It's very much like that when I sort of was envisaging like a dam breaking and it's sweeping all the players away. That's just what happens in this, and it's really, really awesome to see. But it's super easy to trigger as well. You've just got two little controls left and right of the dam section, and you just trigger those and it blows, and it just takes out like a large section of the map. It actually changes the map and kills anybody in the process. It's really, really awesome to see, and quite enjoyable to be standing in front of and let it kill you. So that's quite good. Here we are, we've spawned in and we're breaking our way through. But here we are on Conquest, and the reason it's called Lumpi Garden is because there's all these nice sort of undulating lumps. No, it's not called but it is. I said to the guys, it's interesting actually because this map is very open in terms of its space. As you move around it, there's a lot of wide open areas, but actually you can move around not too bad because of the lumps in the garden. There's all these rocks, and then you can see that the little rolling hills of each section, it kind of does have these lumps throughout, which is why I'm calling it Lumpy Garden along with the name as well, because I couldn't be bothered to be pronouncing it Lumpini or whatever it is. So it has these nice kind of like ways of moving around the map, and it actually means that again you can flank around the map if should you want to. However, you'll find that unsurprisingly a lot of the time people do not do that, because hey, why flank around the map and play the objective when you could sit together in a bunch of 6 people up on the bridge and try and snipe, or fail at sniping as the team on the enemy team do this round. So basically we're pushing around, trying to control the objectives, doing everything that you do in Conquest, playing with my general squad yet again. You find a lot of mixed gameplay on this map. I think that's why it's kind of the middle of the road map. It can be very kind of hit or miss. These expanses of water can be a little bit of a pain because and that's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just that, it can be a pain because whilst you're in the water, obviously you're more vulnerable, so you kind of have to consider when it's safe to cross those sections. These bridges are very nicely designed because the bridges, they're arched enough that you can actually use them for sort of like head glitching points. You can kind of duck up and down, you can get a real good line of sight. So those bridges are actually pretty nice. But here, look at these, again, like really interesting sort of shape and design. Here we go, somebody's triggered, and here comes the mud. Oh god. Slim's like BS. It's really good. If you see it from up on the bridge, it's even more spectacular. I think I have got some clip of that on another round, but probably the best thing is just go see it for yourself. It's really, you can see, look on the map now, how it's kind of changed, and we'll see that as we kind of push back over in that direction. Anyway, I've spawned in here on what was the sort of D flag, and this is D because C has been taken out now, but it pops back up there. You see it pop back up. So here we're on D, and look at these guys up on the top. Seriously, so many. Their whole, well, I don't know, a good third of their team probably sitting up on top of the thing right here, and it's just ridiculous. Later on in the game they ask sort of why are we sucking so much, and it's well because you spent like a large proportion of the round just sitting up trying to get those random kills, and they left very few players on the ground to actually deal with the objectives. Look how many people are up there right now. Look at the minimap. They've got so many sitting up on the top, and that's one of the bad things about this map, is that, unlike, or rather very similar I should say, to other Battlefield maps that encourage vertical gameplay in this kind of very negative way, you just get the players who love that kind of shit, and they will just do it, and they will do it regardless of anybody else on their team, because whatever, I'll do what I want. It's like that kind of attitude, and look at them all up there now, look at them all up there. And they basically have condemned themselves to a slow death slaughter right now, because our whole team know where they are, we control the map, and the only thing that's going to happen now is that our team will surround them and kill them all. And that's basically what will happen to, the large amount of people that go up on these bridges. They won't be able to kind of fight effectively because they'll be like this. They're trying to engage targets that are down towards C, but I'm here and they have no cover, and I'll just take them out. And that's what will happen to you if you go up there and camp, and you go up there and camp in numbers, is that the enemy team will dominate the map and you'll get slaughtered. It's an unbelievably stupid thing to do. Anyway, So the rest of the map though, the rest of the map's cool. It plays out nice. You've got jet skis so you can get around on those water sections and make a good flank. Again, very much like a lot of the Dragon's Teeth maps, it's all about the flank. If you can get those well, to be honest, Battlefield is all about the flank, FPS is all about the flank. But yeah, if you make the flank to the train station and so on, it can be really good. It plays out really well. And again, some of the maps that I played on, some of the rounds that I played on, I was able to kind of initiate those flanks and get round and get the squad spawned in, and we took it, turned it round, pushed it back through. And again, often, you know, what will happen if you have a team that's pushing really hard and pushing through on the objectives, what they tend to do is they'll sort of go point to point to point to point, and they'll push through, and they'll leave all those other bases abandoned behind. And so what can happen is, you know, you flank around, get the A or get the B or whatever, and then suddenly two things are going to happen. They're either going to pull back, fall back, and then that's great, you've pulled that pressure off and you can put the pressure back onto the forward points that you need to capture, or they don't do that and then you just cap all the other bases and then cap the last one, turn it round into a spawn trap on them. So either way, it's, if you ignore the flanks, it's a bad thing, it's going to punish you. But you can see, look, they're trying to break out. Look, there's a guy on B right here, and there's also, do you see that jet ski going in on A right there? So there's a couple of them. Did I even notice that? I don't think I noticed that at the time. Bad for me. But you know, we've got such control right here. Either way, it's not really an issue. B and C. Oh, I think I. Oh, okay. I saw somebody at C. That's where I was going, because you just saw it flashing right here. I was just thinking, why the hell would I not ignore those? Because they were very obvious on the map. But apparently there was somebody here, but now he's gone. So now I'm moving back towards A. There we go. Target A, get down on it. But yeah, look at how this section has changed now that we've had that huge dirt landslide, and it kind of comes crashing through here. It's really cool. But again, look at the sort of topography here. See how it's created these undulations around here? So it's got these little lumpy bits all around. And again, it works really great for the gameplay because you can pop up and down. It also provides you ways in which you can flank, because you can move around and cover behind those dirt lumps and stuff. So it works out really nicely. This train station as well is actually an interesting piece of architecture in terms of how it plays out. You've got the dual staircases, plus the kind of trains on the top, plus the sort of bridge running around the thing. It works out really nice. It provides very interesting sort of dynamic gameplay in terms of verticality, in the way that you sort of move up and down and around it. Obviously you can drop claymores here. I also had some guys who were throwing C4 on me in another game, which was very much appreciated. That was fun for me. That was great to come up the stairs and then bam, there's a guy literally sitting at the top of the stairs with his trigger waiting. He's got that trigger there. Gotta get the kills, and he was ready for me. So that was super fun times. So we're pushing back on C here. They failed in their flanking attempt, primarily because the couple of the guys who did try to flank were not supported by their team, and that's why they failed, because despite the fact that they're getting their ass handed to them, their team are still insistent on trying to snipe. Mind-boggling, I know, but apparently they're still insistent on trying to do that. How does this map play out overall? How has it been on other game modes? Chainlink as well. Chainlink plays out better than it does on Conquest for this map, mainly because of the speed. I think Conquest encourages this kind of over-defensive, campy, sniping gameplay a lot of the time, because people feel like, okay, well, we've got these couple of bases, or I think often people just don't care. People are just not interested really in the objective whatsoever. Whereas with Chainlink, as I've said before, Chainlink, because it happens so quickly, because Chainlink is over so fast, I think it's actually starting to encourage people to play the objective, because they're like, damn, if we don't even try, the game is over before it began, and then they don't get any kills. So I think the speed of that is actually encouraging people to play the objective more, whereas Conquest, because if you have 1,000 ticket round of Conquest, it goes on for quite a long time. You know, even if you have like majority cap, I don't mean full, but like majority cap. I mean, a Conquest game will go on and on and on and on. You know, and especially if they spec it higher. So I think Chainlink actually plays out better because it pushes people to actually get on those objectives, play them harder, so that it extends the round, so that people can actually get the kills, which is of course what people love to do. So that's kind of an interesting thing. But yeah, with this map, I think it plays out better. I think it plays out better because it means that you get to utilise the kind of nice topography which enables you to do those flanks. And the other thing is one of the main reasons, yet again, why this map plays out really well is because we don't have a load of stupid helicopters spamming us into the ground. We don't have jets flying over and just screwing any vehicles, except we have very few vehicles on this map in game modes. This is a very much infantry-centric map again, and it benefits a lot because of that. If you utilise that to its main advantage and you push with your team and squad and you use recon points in an intelligent way, you put them in positions where you can spawn in, this map plays out really well. Unfortunately, as you see, I have a lot of the games that I played do end up or I don't know, maybe 50-50 have ended up more towards a spawn trap on D. Okay, some of them haven't been. Some of them have been great push and pull all over the map. Lots of really interesting gameplay. Lots of, again though, still sniping. I do find that you end up having at least 25% or a third of your team at any one time on those bridges sniping, because they're like, high vantage point, I've got to snipe, and it's just like, And a lot of the time, the people that are up there aren't even getting any kills. They're just sort of like randomly firing and wasting ammo, and then they run out of ammo and drop down, and then they get killed, and it's like, I mean, look, still even now, like, despite, I mean, it boggles the mind, it really does. It's like they've already had their ass handed to them multiple times earlier in this round, and they still are going back up there. Like, is it just me, or like if I'm playing and the way in which I'm playing is not working, I think, man, you know, I'm getting my ass handed here. I need to change it out. I need to change my tactics. And look, I'm commenting right now. This round became so tedious because they were all just doing it, and we were like, man, we better just like have a conversation or something here, because you know what else is there to do other than sit and trap these guys on D? We were just like, yeah, let's talk about them being up on their thing. Oh my god. Anyway. Soup was talking about cheese, don't know why. Anyway, I might have gone a little bit off topic here. I've gone a bit off topic on the past few videos. I'm not quite as sort of strict with my videos as I have been in the past. But, I mean, what do you need to know? What do you really need to know? This map has interesting sort of shape and design. It plays out pretty good. There aren't a lot of vehicles. If you have a good squad and a good team, you can make it work. I've got a round I played where I was using the DMR. DMRs actually work pretty good on this round because it enables you to be flexible. You can engage those targets at long range, you know, in terms of sniping. I was picking guys off at quite long range, providing they weren't sort of running. And you know, if you have snipers, again, you can kind of do mobile sniping. It will work, but you can end up in situations like if you're trying to take A, you can kind of be back on you. If you're really, you know, hot with the pistol, then you'll be all right. But if not, then I wouldn't advise it. But you can see again. Look, this is a great example here of how we're sort of playing between the sort of, you know, geography of the map and how we're moving sort of point to point to point. They've actually managed to cap C back. Unfortunately, oh look at that! I was like, yeah, look at that guy come down. Yeah, they've managed to cap C back, but unfortunately, as is often the case, it's far too late. You generally, I mean, this has been the case forever in Battlefield. I remember it right back in terms of Battlefield 2 or Bad Company or whatever, but it's just like always the way. End of the round, suddenly they have a change of heart. Hey, 40 tickets left, better play the objective, right? Anyway. So that's this map. Plays out good, enjoyed it. Not definitely, you know, it's not my top map. It's kind of the middle map. I'd probably place it 3 out of the maps I enjoy. So far I'd go Propaganda, Pearl Market, Lumpi Garden, and then the Sunken Dragon one. But yeah, enjoying it. It's an interesting map. The Levolution event is very awesome. They've obviously put some great work into that. I mean, to change the level in the way that it does is very clever. It works awesome. You can have some great gameplay on this map. It's just begging for people to actually play the game. If people just get their ass in gear, like, how can I see that guy? I didn't see that guy. If people just get their ass in gear and get off that fucking bridge and just get in the game and play it hard, you'd have some good gameplay on this map. But if you're stuck on a team where like a third of them are sitting up on the bridge, it's just going to be a game over. You're going to suffer because of it, because you're going to have to deal with more enemy players on the ground than you would normally, and you're just going to get punished for it. So again, this map really is very strongly dependent on the team. If your team is unwilling to engage in the game, if your team is unwilling to sort of get to grips, move around, flank, get on those targets and so on, if they don't do that, it's not like you're just going to lose. You're going to be severely punished for it. So, you know, try to have an objective game, try to get people on board. So there we are, guys, Lumpy Garden. What do you think about it? What are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about the Dragon's Teeth DLC so far? I've still got a ton of stuff coming up about this DLC because, honestly, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I enjoy all the game modes playing out for this so far, and I think it's pretty interesting. It's definitely, you know, I was saying to the guys this week, do you think it's going to refresh the game for you? Totally has for me. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But, you know, one thing we said last night already was we're trying to be careful not to burn out on this already, because we played a hell of a lot of it already, and I think we need to change back and mix in with some other Battlefield gameplay, because otherwise it's going to burn real fast. Thanks for watching today, guys. I'll see you next time. Drop a like if you enjoyed. See you next time. Battlefield 4.